Yo, wake the fuck up. It's me again. I'm back like I never left. Same day, same clothes. I don't care. I'm just here to let you know. I just spoke about police brutality, but I'm going to let you know why we're in the state that we're in as far as the laws go, and that, police brutality and racial profiling, how slavery affects all that. Because everybody's like, oh, why keep bringing up slavery? It's because we were never, ever, ever really freed in this country. The 13th Amendment was all bullshit. And until 2013, the 13th Amendment wasn't even signed all the way. Mississippi just barely turned in their paperwork to actually make it official that the 13th Amendment is real and slavery's over, according to the 13th Amendment, though. But according to the 13th Amendment, slavery is only abolished unless you're using it as a form of punishment for a crime. Now, when you say in the 13th Amendment, it says slavery is illegal unless used as a form of punishment, except if used as a form of punishment. Slavery is abolished except as a form of punishment. That means that slavery is still real if you can punish people with slavery, and that the fact that 1 in 3 black men will see a penitentiary, will see that punishment. 1 in 6 Latino men will see that punishment. It's not a coincidence. It's a new age slavery. Not just black people, though, because that was the old slavery when it was just black, white, Mexican, and Native American people in America. Now that there's a melting pot of people here from all over the world, these people all over the world are filling up these prisons. No lie. And the prison system's a $1 billion industry, and America's getting rich off the prison industrial complex, which is the new slavery. And that's getting rich off of our lives. And I'm going to tell you just a quick history about why I'm not bullshitting. You could do your little research. We were never freed, and the prison system is just a way to get the slaves back into slavery. No coincidence that in 1789, when they started freeing their first set of slaves, 1790, the very next year, is when they built America's first prison. America's first prison was built only 1 year after freeing the first set of slaves in the North. Okay? Now, between 1789, the first time they freed a slave, in 1861, when they were freeing slaves more rapidly because of the Civil War and of the 13th Amendment in 1838. Okay? Now, just in between all this time, between the 1790, the first prison being built, and the Civil War ending slavery, we had the first police department ever being set up in 1838. 1838 was the first police force ever set up. Now, 1838, first police force, but not the last. They went and set these up all over America. Then finally freed the slaves in 1865. Okay? So between the first slave, they built the first prison. And then they built police departments to throw more people into these prisons. And then they built this false freedom amendment that said, hey, slaves, since you guys are making big deals and civil wars about it, hey, you guys are free unless we can catch you doing something, we can punish you and make you become a slave again. And it's just that simple. It's just that cut and dry. We are still slaves now. If you get caught into this system and you're put on paperwork, now you're on informal or formal probation. And that means, hey, at any given moment, they can stop your ass, check you, see if you're doing anything wrong, like any little thing, and violate you. You get put back into the system. You're once again a slave. No, the new term for slave is inmate. You're now a slave inmate again. and then you're put on another, like if you happen to get your freedom from the penitentiary plantation and you're given a chance on the streets, there are also overseers out here that are ready to scoop you back in. You know, like they're just waiting to violate. Like they're waiting for you to violate. And that could be hanging out with your cousin when you're not supposed to or whatever. Like so many punk violations. Just like them punk ass black laws that they made when they first abolished slavery. There were black laws just set up for black people. Like you couldn't be black and entering the state of Chicago or something like that. Like not just for instance, there are places that you couldn't be at while black. There are certain things you couldn't do while being black, like look a white person in the eyes in some states. That's illegal. You could have been arrested and put in jail and put back into the prison/slavery system. Okay? And today it's no different. We got people that are in prison for stupid reasons. Like, and I'm talking about like being in the wrong place at the wrong time, being framed, being coerced, being tortured into confessing for things they were not guilty of. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the people that swear to God they didn't do it wrong and they might have did it and you don't know. I'm talking about real innocent people behind bars suffering through this prison system. This prison/slavery system. It's not that hard to understand. If you do your history, do your research, you'll see. As soon as they started freeing slaves, they started building prisons. They started building police forces just so that they can charge people and punish them with slavery as a crime. For a crime. Like, it's not okay. It's still going on. It's 2016. I say it's time we rise up, and fix this. Let's get this 13th Amendment fixed. We do not need any kind of slavery existing. No exceptions. Period. Point blank. 2016. Fuck the exceptions. Fuck the slavery. Let's figure it out. Let's fix it. Everybody unify. Free the Slaves 2016. Hashtag it. We got a Facebook page. Facebook.com/freetheslaves2016. Jump on it. Add your voice. Spread the word. Let everybody know we are not free. We are not free as a people. If you're not the ones owning the prisons and making the money off these prisoners and inmates, then you are not a slave master. You are subject to becoming a slave. Get it together, y'all. Wake the fuck up! Time to take action.